Hey everyone, this is Helena Hart, and I'm so excited to be talking with my friend and fellow coach, Orchid Tao, today. She is a women's dating and empowerment coach who helps women break the unavailable man pattern and attract the right man for them and just create an extraordinary love life. So welcome, Orchid. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel today.
Always an honor and a privilege. Thank you for having me.
This is such an important topic. I can't tell you how many women I hear from who've been asking me this question. I see it in the comment sections of a lot of my videos, and that is, what is it that makes a man afraid to lose you? You know, how do you become this high value woman that a man just can't live without, that he just can't wait to commit to? And I knew that you were the perfect expert to bring on to chat a little bit about this topic because, you know, you talk so much about this in all of your amazing work. So let's jump in. What's the first thing you have to say about this topic?
The first thing I have to say about the question, how do I make a man afraid to lose me, is that question, what it really indicates is that you don't feel that who you are is already enough, and that you feel like you need to do something, behave differently, manipulate, control. You know, there's scarcity in that energy as well. And wanting to turn yourself into a pretzel to do anything to make him want you. And that approach is completely disempowering. So what I would do, first of all, ladies, flip that question around, shift it to, how do I stand in my value and worth so that I magnetize the right man and the right man only?
I could not agree with you more. We were chatting a little bit before we started recording this video about, you know, a super high value woman who truly knows her worth, you know, because of who she is deep down, wouldn't necessarily ask the question in that way. How do I make a man scared to lose me? She would know and trust that the right man for her would, you know, absolutely not jeopardize his opportunity to be with her, right? And I know you talk so much about, you know, setting boundaries and sticking to them, and all of these things that make you become this high value woman in an authentic way. So it's not a game, and it's not a superficial strategy or a manipulation tactic. It's a whole new way to live your life, right? Being that high value woman. So anything you have to say about that, how to do that, how to become that, I would love to hear.
Yeah, I want to reiterate what you said about trusting. The truly right man isn't going to jeopardize and make light of an opportunity.
Of course, yeah.
Close to you. You have to trust in that, ladies, because if you find yourself feeling neglected and abandoned, and then accepting crumbs and chasing, you are going down the wrong road again to heartbreak and wasting your time. So how do you show up as a high value woman? Okay, so it really starts with knowing yourself, very deeply, having deep self-knowledge about what it is that you want and need to feel safe, secure, happy, cherished, and loved without question. What do you need? Think about all of the relationships, all the situationships you've ever had. What are the things that men do or don't give you, or don't, you know, the ways they treat you that just make you feel horrible? Those things you should no longer accept or settle for, and you have to learn how to ask for what you want and need so that you don't feel that way, so that you do feel safe, so that you do feel secure and cherished and loved. What does he need to do? What does he need to give you? How does he need to treat you? And you want to show up during the dating phase, the early dating phase, and start qualifying him, asking him questions to see if he will accept the invitation to do these things for you. That's how you determine if he's really right for you or not. That's how he gets the opportunities to prove himself to you, and the opportunity to know if you're really right for each other. And you have to do that before you get into, you get emotionally and sexually attached.
I could not agree with you more. Something I always say is you teach people how to treat you by the behavior you're willing to accept. So you could tell a guy all day long that you're a high value woman and that he needs to treat you accordingly. But the truth is, if you're tolerating bad behavior or anything that doesn't feel good to you, a man is picking up on your energy and your vibe and your behavior and actions much more than the words themselves. In fact, if you're trying to convince a man that you're this high value woman and you're not going to stand for certain things, but you're deep down, you're tolerating that and just accepting it, a man will get the sense that you're not going anywhere. I know a few couples like this where the man just knows he can kind of do whatever he wants. He doesn't have to follow through on what he says, and because he knows the woman's not going anywhere, right? So if you wouldn't mind, could you give an example of how you could make a request or set a boundary or something in a way that is still, you know, open and feminine and receptive, but still very strong and secure at the same time? I found that's kind of like the magical combination. Have you found that as well?
Absolutely. Okay, so let's say you're dating a guy, you met him online, you went on a date, you really like him, you can't wait for him to call you again, but he hardly ever contacts you or connects with you.
Yeah.
And you thought things were going to go somewhere, and then, but there isn't enough contact for them to really go anywhere, but you keep hoping that this is going to happen. If you find yourself in that space, which is so common for so many women, so don't think there's something wrong with you, because every single woman who tries online dating has this experience.
Yeah.
So the key here, when you know your value and you honor yourself, you're going to protect yourself. So when you find yourself in this space, you're going to take responsibility to end this limbo, anxiety, longing, you know, craziness, right? You feel like you're going to crazy town. That's your cue to take care of yourself. Okay. And in this situation like this, what you can say is you can say, John, you know, I think you are a really great guy. And I would, you know, if you want things to go forward, I would love to connect more. So that's an invitation for him to connect with you more. And a couple of things are going to happen when you do that. Either he's going to say, wow, I didn't know she was really interested. Great, because I'm really interested. And so then consistent communication and connection happens, and that goes somewhere, you know, that actually, you know, turns into a relationship. Or, you know, you spend enough time together to know that you're not compatible. Either way, you actually find a clear answer. Or he can just say he will connect with you more, but he really doesn't. It's the same. He falls right back into the same pattern. And if that happens, you have to cut it off. And you have to, that's what holding a firm boundary is about. So you can send him a text or talk to him and say, you know, John, it's been great getting to know you, but I just don't feel like there's a substantial connection here. So I'm going to just wish you well and say goodbye for now.
Love it. I love that.
That's it.
I can't tell you how many questions I get. Do I say something? He's not, you know, he's not really, you know, meeting that need, or he's not stepping up. Should I say something or not? Do I just back off? I love the way you put that so beautifully. Everyone just rewind that minute or two and just, I mean, you could literally say that to a man word for word, right? And you're not being bitchy, right? You're not saying, you know, well, you're not shaming him or making him wrong. You're just saying, you know, this isn't really what I'm looking for. I don't feel that we're on the same page, so I'm going to, you know, wish you luck and move on. And it's like you're sending this signal to the universe that I'm no longer available for this half-hearted kind of connection, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Make it very clear to yourself, the universe, this man, you are not available for not feeling special, not feeling loved, not feeling like a priority. Do not be available for any of that, or else you're going to keep getting that.
Yeah, and setting the boundary and then sticking to it. So don't keep texting him if he just wants to text and not call and make plans to see you. One mistake I see a lot of women make is they set a boundary, and that's great, but instead of sticking to it with their behavior and their actions, they just keep bringing it up and talking about it endlessly. And what you're teaching a guy there on a subtle level is he can kind of do whatever he wants. You might get upset. You might, you know, have a conversation with him about it, which may or may not annoy him, but you're not going to go anywhere. Nothing's going to change. There's no consequence to him, you know, not meeting those boundaries or honoring your needs, right?
Right.
So yeah, amazing. This was such an important, you know, video for everyone. I'm sure we could talk some more about this sometime. I'd love to have you on for like a live stream or something, because I know people are going to have a lot of questions about their situation, right? Is there any, you know, last tips or words of wisdom you want to share?
Yeah. So ladies, it's mirror. You're mirroring what your worth is. If you're going to not hold your boundaries and show up as somebody that obviously is going to take anything, then you are showing up as a low value woman, and only low value men are going to come into your reality if you keep playing in that space and at that level.
It's
So
so true.
know that every time you set a boundary and you hold it, I know it feels scary because you feel like you might lose something, but all you're going to really lose is a low value man. And you just have to do that. You have to set that boundary and hold it and let go in order for your energy and vibration to rise, your self-worth, and for that right high value guy that's at that high level, that quality guy that you want to appear.
It
So
works.
true.
It works. It has to. It's just law. You know, it moves you on to the next better man, on to the next better place, on to the next better match for you. It's just the way it works. We've just seen it happen over and over, right? So that was phenomenal, Orchid. Thank you so much. I know you have some amazing things to offer my community, so I'd love to hear about that as well.
Sure. Yes. So right now, for any of you ladies who know you need help with this, who know you need help with owning your worth, owning what you want, and communicating your needs, asking for what you need, and setting boundaries so you can really break any unhealthy, bad patterns with men in relationships and get into a relationship that's actually healthy with a high quality man, then I invite you to inquire about my Attract the Right Man program. It's a 6-month group coaching program. And if you're interested in that, there's a link below in the comment box to apply for a free call with me. I'm also giving you a free training called Communication and Boundaries for the Early Dating Stage to help you ladies really understand what you really have to talk about with a man to show up as a high value woman, to make sure that you're protecting yourself, and to make sure that you are holding high standards and setting boundaries that really, really make a man see that you are a special woman, and so that you can attract that right high quality man who will commit to you.
So generous. Wow. So everyone, yes, the link is in the description right now, right below this video. Sign up for her free training. It's all about exactly what we've been talking about, I guess, right? That setting those boundaries, you know, starting off on the right foot to where you don't get to this place where you're like, oh my gosh, he knows that he's never going to lose me. You want to start off on the right foot from this, and also schedule that call with Orchid. That is so generous. I'm sure you're going to get a lot of people wanting to talk about their unique situation. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Feel free to leave a comment if you enjoyed this video. Let us know some experiences you've had from this. We love hearing from you. Maybe share this video with a friend who might need it. We know there are countless women in this situation where they're just, you know, tolerating things from men that there's just no way on earth it could possibly feel good to them. So we know this is a huge problem out there, and it's kind of our mission to help you if you're at this place that doesn't feel so good in your love life. So Orchid, thank you so much again, and we should definitely do this again soon.
Okay, can't wait. Thank you.